Welcome back to Story Mode. It's 2016 and Mandy and I are parents once again. Last Gamer Show's doing very well, but things are not entirely smooth when I have a motorbike accident and break 8 ribs. Welcome to 2016, where Forza Horizon 3 finally came down to my home country, Australia. So it's 2016 and Mandy gives birth to a little princess. A princess named, obviously, Zelda. Even though it's the name of a popular video game, we still love the name Zelda. And it would be only a matter of time before she starts playing video games.
Welcome back to The Last Gamer Show. I'm Jess. It's been a huge month in gaming and we still don't know anything new about the NX. As you can see, Joel's not here with me. He and RGB Rob have gone up to Sydney for the EB Expo.
Yes, I remember this one well. This is episode 4 of The Last Gamer Show, and Rob and I went up to Sydney for the EB Expo. That was quite good. Fast forward to episode 6, known as Sparks Fly, and that's where Jess and I decommissioned a CRT, basically decharging it. This one was quite good because a lot of people wanted to know how to do it, and Jess did it herself, and she done a fine job. All right, that was a bit scary. What did you think, Jess?
Oh, it was a bit scary actually. This is the first one that's kind of arced, I should say, or it was like green lightning that went from the screwdriver across the top of the screen, the back of the screen here. It was.
I've never seen that before. I don't know if the camera picked it up, but we'll see now. So yeah, just across the top there was some kind of light, and the crackling was amazing.
It was.
This is quite a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good example.
And welcome back to The Last Gamer Show. I'm Jess.
And I'm Joel. Well, Jess, we've been talking about the Famicom and NES Mini for some time.
We have.
We seem to have it almost every episode. Episode 7 was a lot about the Famicom and the NES Mini. Obviously, that was the hottest topic at the time. And episode 8... This is the one I've had since I was a youngin'. And I can't even find the sensors for this.
Oh, okay.
I don't know where they've gone. They could be anywhere. But yeah, this is the US one or an Australian one. They're all the same. Episode 8 was known as the Power Glove, and I think we had the most fun with this, just with Jess trying to set it up all by herself. It was hilarious. And reading the book that was in Japanese. It was probably one of the most enjoyable times we had on camera.
Oh, what? This is for the Famicom. Aha, I've worked it out. I did do a review on the twin Famicom. So I do remember there is an expansion port on the side here, which the Power Glove plugs into. Now we're in business. Let's get this thing working. I'm gonna have to go get tape for this thing.
Although The Last Gamer Show was popular, it started to become very taxing on myself. I would only be uploading one video a week and putting all this amount of time in there. It just didn't make sense. So I needed to come up with a new strategy. I needed to cut back on The Last Gamer Show and make a new segment. Free Play Friday. Hi everyone and welcome to a new Free Play Friday. I've been working the room all week this week, setting up shelves and building shelves and setting up games. It's been insane. My new Genesis section, but more about that next week on The Last Gamer Show. I'm currently in the Sega section. I know you've seen it many a time. So what I would do is run Free Play Friday one week, and the following week I would run The Last Gamer Show, both on Friday. Which will be all Atari 2600 games, so they're slowly getting put out now. We put them in plastic covers. Now you'll hear me say that a lot. We put them in plastic covers and we do this and we do that. When I say that, I'm usually talking about Mandy and I, because Mandy's in the background Not on camera as much, but she's the one that helps me set them up, put them in covers, and I might be talking about Jess as well. So when I say we, that's what I mean. All right, let's head over to the Commodore 64 over this side of the Nintendo. And this is all my Commodore 64, Spectrum and Amiga games, and I've got a bit of room at the end for growth. But I'm gonna have to always think of growth because this is something that is very hard to collect for. There's just so many games out there for 64, Spectrum and Amiga. I do not know what I was thinking here. This is nothing compared to the amount of 64 games I got. They were still at my uncle's house at this time and thinking they're going to house my complete Commodore 64 and Amiga collection. I was just in a dream. Instead of just looking at shelves on Free Play Friday, at the end I decided to play a game of Commando on the Commodore 64, and that was done on the fly. One thing you always must remember with Commodore 64 tapes, it's a good habit to get into, is to rewind the tape after you finish playing with it. The reason that is because if you leave it in the halfway mark, the tape's actually subject to a lot of dust. So this part here, because you've got that clear. Now in the meantime of doing Free Play Friday, I was selling cars for Stan, but I started getting bored of that and completely got out of that scene. Then I got into something else, motorbikes. Now I had a little farm bike that I used to ride around the property, and I got thinking, maybe I should get a fast, crazy dirt bike. Yes, that's exactly what I need. So I bought a limited edition Yamaha XY250 and it flies. But there was one huge problem. I'm not a teenager anymore and I fell off and broke 8 ribs. So while I recoup, I handed Last Gamer over to a good friend of mine, Adam.
Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Free Play Friday. As you can see, Joel's not here. Apologies in advance. You got to put up with me for a couple of weeks. Joel's taking a break from YouTube for a month, just for help with his healing process and all that sort of stuff. He does send his thanks for all your support and congratulations for his daughter Zelda. So he sends his love and thanks for that.
For his first time on camera, Adam was a natural and he took the reins of Last Gamer for actually 2 months and he did an amazing job. Then Adam took on a new role, director.
Hello.
Rob.
Hey.
It is unbelievable.
Did you get it, did you?
Oh mate, yes I did get it. It is unfreaking real. Now you can see here I'm bringing in Darius. And it was quite hard to get inside the house. I had to divide the machine into 2. And even though it was divided into 2, it just fit. And I'm talking just. There was like millimeters between that pole and that brickwork. But eventually I got Darius burst inside the house. And do you think I played it? Well, yes, straight away. Absolutely love that machine. You know, as you saw, I disassembled it, brought it in, and just reassembled it, and had a couple of games, and it's a massive game. Now this formula seemed to work well, having Free Play Friday one week and Last Gamer show the next week. Everything was running perfectly. The other thing I was really excited about at this time was having my friend Steve. Steve the technician. This guy would fix anything I can't fix regarding arcade machines or pinball machines, and I used to work with Steve back in 1993 at Flash Amusements. Alright, so I'm here with Steve, and I've known Steve, as I said, 25 years or something, so we used to work at Flash Amusements. And now what it was actually closer to 30 years, and what Steve's doing here, he's got his rejuvenator to rejuvenate the CRT. I explained this in the video, but this was something that I didn't have a lot of experience in, and you don't need experience to use these things, but it was kind of fun for me to see, because I'd usually drop off a CRT to get rejuvenated and not see the process. So I'd be seeing it, and the audience would be seeing it, so it was really good. All in all, 2016 was a good year. With the birth of our daughter Zelda and Adam helping out with Last Gamer, 2017 was shaping up to be a great year.